Welcome back to Badass Fans Live. I'm here with Belle today. Thanks for coming in and rocking out. It was awesome.
Right on.
Yeah, so we usually start out with a couple of spins on the random topic wheel. Are you game for that?
I'm total game for it.
Cool. So I'm going to spin and you just tell me when to stop.
And you grab it?
And I'll grab it.
Okay. All right. I don't want to look at it.
Okay, cool.
Stop.
Ooh, worst kiss.
Oh, wow.
And all these topics, I might add, are added by other bands, so...
Do I get to add one at the end?
You do get to add one.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Worst kiss. That's it. I mean, I guess, like, how can a kiss be bad? I'm trying to think, like... Well, there is a funny story about, I was in Boston, and... I was out drinking with some buddies. We had just played a show. It was with this band I was playing with at the time, and I met this girl at the bar, and she was from Germany, and she had a really thick accent, and she's like, "We're going to the Cantab, which is a Boston bar. It's in Cambridge," and she's like, "We're going to the Cantab," and she was definitely hitting on me and like kind of canoodling and flirting, and I was like, okay, well, we're chilling here now, but I'll meet you at the Cantab. Yeah. Several beers later, I'm telling the guys, I'm like, I gotta go to the Cantab. There's like this beautiful German girl waiting for me. And they're like, all right, fine. So this is like an hour later. We stumble up to the Cantab, and she's right there in the doorway, like right outside, like having a smoke or something like that. And I'm like, hey, and I walk right up to her, and I plant a kiss on her. And it's completely obvious that she has no idea who I am. Like, completely forgot. Over the course of an hour, we both had just been drinking, and I think she completely forgot. She was so shocked that I like was like, I gotta pull out right now. So we just kept walking. We didn't even go. And it's like, it lives in infamy now. Like, my bandmates would quote me, I gotta go to the Cantab. So that's probably the worst kiss.
That's a solid story.
And it's kind of interesting that I planted the kiss. Like, I feel like if somebody walked up to me and went to kiss me, I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But it was full connection, and she was just like confused. She was like, "Who's this guy? What's going on?" So that's probably my worst kiss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready? You want to do one more?
I feel like the gist of that question was the other person was bad at kissing, but
Not
I made the story.
No, hey, these are open.
I was the perpetrator of the bad kiss.
These are open for interpretation,
okay, good,
so you
good.
are free to take responsibility for that one.
Yeah, that was my bad. Sorry, German girl.
All right, you want to do one more?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Stop.
Oh, one song you never skip.
Like as in when I'm listening or
yeah.
Okay. I would say there's this great song by Harari called Party. It's like this band from the like early 70s, and it's just the groove is so crazy that every time it comes on, it's just like it just gets me in the mood to have a drink and have some fun with friends.
Nice.
That or we talked before when about Dweller on the Threshold, that Van Morrison tune.
Yeah.
That one goes that's deep in my heart for sure.
Nice.
That song's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two, I guess. It's a tie.
All right. So just some general band questions then. So
cool.
When and why did you start playing music?
Well, my dad was a musician, or is a musician. He's still playing. And so I always sort of grew up with music in the house, mm-hmm. And I think that sort of thing just rubs off on you if it's around you all the time. You know, there was always an instrument that I could kind of pick up and noodle with, and I mean when I first started playing music, it was to be a songwriter. I didn't really care to get super good at any particular instrument, which in retrospect, I kind of wish I could go back a little bit and get a little more proficient at instruments. But yeah, so I really sort of started writing songs and then figured out that I could use certain instruments and stuff to get those songs and like create them and bring them into the real world, you know, outside of my head. So that was probably why I started. And who knows like what percentage of nature versus nurture that was, but probably a mix of both.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And this one, I guess two questions kind of tie together here because we've talked about it before, but why the name Elle Belle? And we know Elle Belle is a persona, kind of. So just explain kind of maybe a little bit about it.
So the name Elle Belle has no particular meaning. It was just a phrase I thought of and thought it sounded cool. And I loved the symmetry of spelling it ELLEBELLE. There is something cool about the way that looked and stuff. But the genesis of the band in general, like the reason why I started this project is that I sort of went a little crazy with a sophomore record to this other solo project I was doing, and I didn't know how to make music that I liked anymore. I wasn't having fun. It felt like a struggle. And it started to feel like almost like an abusive relationship between music and myself. And so Elle Belle, the genesis of it, was me just not giving a fuck, you know? Can I swear?
Absolutely.
This is the internet, right? Do people swear on the internet?
People swear on network TV now. I think we're good.
Okay, that's good. Fuck. Great. But yeah, it was just an exercise. Like the first batch of songs I wrote for Elle Belle were all with this sort of ethos of like, you know, guitar, one take. I did a ton of psychedelics and, you know, did vocals, just one take, experimented with sounds. And my buddy Mike, who played bass in the session, got me super into like early Genesis.
Nice.
Like, yeah, I mean, I was definitely a late bloomer when it came to that music, and like the early like Peter Gabriel Genesis was just like, it blew my mind. Did a ton of mushrooms and learned how to make music that felt fun, it felt fresh, it felt visceral, and I adopted. This was all coinciding with when I started this project, people started calling me Elle.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Tim, who plays in this band called Soft Swells, whenever I would start to like drink or something like that or get gregarious, he's like, oh, here comes Mr. L, here comes Elle. Like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so it stuck, and I just went with it and became this character and adopted this character as a way to disarm my own processes of writing so that it came more freely and I had more, I don't know, confidence, I guess would be a way to describe it. Just Elle, when I put on that hat of that character, he's just somebody that's not afraid to have mistakes on the record and leave blemishes and yeah, I think it was just, the project was a necessity of me finding out how to make music again. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And it's so rad.
Oh, thanks.
So rad.
Thank you.
And for you, how important is the live show? I feel like it's really like, for you guys, I mean, I've seen a lot of bands.
Right.
You put on one of the best live shows I have ever seen. Because there's much more, I feel like, thought into it, and you're just going for it.
Right.
You know? So is that something you think through, or you just kind of get out there and go for it?
It's a little combination of both. Like, live, if I could just play live for the rest of my life and not have to, if I could have records made for me, I would just let somebody do it. Like, live to me is where it's at. Like, I love the energy, I love the spontaneity. I often found that recording was very restrictive. Like, this idea that you are, it's like taking a picture of somebody and being like, that's how you always look now and forever.
Yeah.
It's like just one single moment in time. And when I would record a song, I'm like, this is just capturing this one moment of the song right here. But songs are so dynamic and fluid, and and they grow and they evolve, and I've always felt more comfortable live, captured that energy, and recording kind of stifled it. And it's just, I think what you're seeing is just a true like exuberance to perform and hear the songs with that spontaneity and that life, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're picking up on. Yeah. I just love doing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's apparent, I think, to anyone. Yeah.
Playing music is the best.
And my last question really is, you just released a few singles.
Yeah.
And a video. And so what's coming the rest of this year? Right.
So, we got another single called Knock on the Light, which is coming out in a couple weeks. And then this is all gearing up to release my debut record called Wacko Gumbo, which is going to be out in like early November, late October, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like 23 songs.
Wow.
It's like massive. Yeah, it's like
that's awesome.
It's basically like a debut double record.
That's sick.
Which is the height of arrogance, probably. But isn't that what Elle's all about? It's just this arrogant asshole. But yeah, I'm psyched. They've been kicking around for a while, and we've been slowly. Our schedule got pushed back release-wise because of some label drama that kind of stifled the flow for a second, but now we're back on track, releasing singles and then releasing the debut. So
that's so rad.
I'm stoked.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's all I have. And if you want to hear more with Elle, we did a podcast episode just a few months ago.
Yeah.
So you can go check that out as well.
Yeah, you can listen to me talk for even longer.